Buffalo Bills training camp is here, so let's take a look at one of the top training camp battles set to get going here in the coming weeks. That's at the cornerback position. Now, obviously, Tre White, one of the best corners in the NFL, is going to be one starter. And although the nickel corner spot is also up for grabs, instead we're focused in on the number 2 cornerback spot. And I think there are 2 names, with apologies to Rashad Wildgoose, the rookie out of Wisconsin. I think this is a 2-man race as we sit right now. Levi Wallace and Dane Jackson. We'll begin with the incumbent. That is Levi Wallace, who has carved out a pretty nice role for himself over his NFL career, given where he was not drafted. Wallace has impressed the Bills, and even though in recent years they've always seemed to look at options to upgrade over him, he's continued to be the guy opposite Tre White. Is he elite? No, but I think he's just fine. His numbers are pretty darn solid. Last year, 2020, Levi Wallace, under 58% completion, a little high on the yards, 558, 3 touchdowns, but he did pick off 2 passes and broke up 8 as well. Overall, I would describe Wallace as solid or fine. He's not special. He's probably not someone you're going to pay massive money to if you're Buffalo, but if he's your starter, you're probably not in that bad of a position if you're the Bills, although he might be the type of guy, I think the Bills have tried this. They're always trying to find a way to upgrade on at least just a little bit. Now, there's also Dane Jackson, who was a late-round pick last year out of Pitt, wasn't even on the roster for the most part, but was pressed into duty in large part because of injuries. And Jackson actually fared pretty well. And the Bills front office kind of hyped him up a little bit, thinking he could compete with Levi Wallace. Again, in 2020, in a smaller sample size of games, really only a handful of snaps in the end for Dane Jackson. A little bit higher on the completion percentage. Of course, the yards were far lower. Touchdowns were lower. But he also broke up 6 passes and picked 1 off. That's pretty damn good production for a late-round pick in last year's class. So who do you think, then, will be cornerback number 2 for the Buffalo Bills? Type W for Levi Wallace, type in J for Dane Jackson, or you can type in O for other if you think the Bills should go get a different player to fill that spot. Now, if you're typing in O for other, let me know what player you want. There are 5 guys who I think are worth mentioning. Steven Nelson, of course, no longer on this list. Richard Sherman, he's, of course, got the off-the-field stuff, the mental health stuff to figure out. That might be a no-go. Garyon Conley was a first-round pick, but he was banged up a lot last year. I don't know what his health status is. Prince Amukamara was a first-round pick himself, but he's not a great player. You could always, I guess, bring back Josh Norman if that's something you want to do for whatever reason. I'd also keep an eye out for Drake Kirkpatrick. As far as the veteran options go, that's the one that in the end I think intrigues me the most, at least of the guys currently on the free agent market.